because it's funny to be like, oh yeah, I would gang up or whatever, blah blah blah. Or I'd make a shank and stuff because I don't even know if I would, you know, like I
Yeah.
don't.
Did I ever tell this story on the pod when my mom tried to take me to jail?
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 64.
You're
Just me and AJ holding it down today. It's going to be a very relaxing pod, no arguing, no disagreeing. Because I think you and me probably have the most similar mindsets. Like if we had a spectrum, you'd have Luke on, and I don't know what's left and right, but you'd have Luke on one side of the spectrum, Phil on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Like they're polar opposites. Then you're directly in the middle, and then I'm probably in the middle, but leaning more towards Phil's side, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Would you agree or would you disagree on that?
It kind of just depends on like on how you're looking at it or what you're determining. Because me and you are more similar.
Yeah.
With when and how often and how late we want to go out for.
Yeah.
And Brandon too.
Exactly.
And Phil and Luke could be out forever.
Yeah.
So they're in like kind of going out to the similar places and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that we don't.
Yeah.
But
I just think like as far as mindsets go,
yeah.
like Luke is emotional. And I don't mean that like he's a crybaby or anything like that, but a lot of his responses are based off emotion. Phil, in his mind, thinks it's logical, but to most people, and this isn't me shitting on Phil, but I think to most people it'd be illogical. I think you're the most logical in the group. And then I try to be logical at times. Of course, there's times where I know I'm saying bullshit, like sports takes or whatever. But I try to be logical just like you for the most part. But like I said, it'll be a calm, relaxing pod. No disagreeing. And sorry if I sound like shit. Even AJ heard my voice. But this whole week, allergies have been kicking my ass. I don't know what's going on. And it's not just me. Other people at work, too. They've been saying, I don't know if it's something in the office, like it's dusty or whatever. But every night I feel like I've been sleeping like shit because allergies have been keeping me up. Runny nose, itchy eyes. I just bought an air purifier. I feel like I've been feeling better since I bought it. And one of my coworkers who also said they've been feeling like shit said they have one and it's done nothing for them. So I was definitely nervous when I bought it, but I do feel like I've been feeling better. And today my dumbass didn't take allergy medicine. But I also told AJ I feel like I've been dehydrated this entire week. I've been chugging water and no matter what, I'm fucking thirsty as shit. But my apologies.
Could it be that Kobe shedding is making it a little worse too?
I don't know. And the funny thing is I have thought like, damn, what if I have dog allergies all of a sudden? But I really don't think that's the case. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to a doctor and take one of those allergy tests. But right now he's always shedding. He sheds 24/7. But right now is not his molting season, I guess, where he just has like chunks of hair coming out. That was maybe like 2-3 months ago. But
okay. Because I don't know, I've been seeing it on social lately, so I was like, what is it, like every husky just sheds at this time of year?
Yeah. And I was also thinking maybe, because Tatiana, she had her bridal shower, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And she stayed at her mom's house. Her mom just bought 2 new cats. So I'm like, maybe there's dander all over Tatiana's clothes and whatnot. And as time goes on, it's just kind of like dissipating. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I said, the air purifier has helped a little bit. I've also started using Flonase a little bit, which I should have been using because it is prescribed to me and I have not been using it, but I don't know.
Wait, move his ball.
Kobe.
It's hitting the
Sorry about that, y'all. But AJ, how's the week been for you? Any issues? Week been good?
I mean, week's been good, but it's just like you were talking about. You've been busy. I've been super busy too at work. More so than, I mean, usually I have a bunch of other stuff going on, and that's what keeps me busy, but I'm also been super busy at work.
Yeah.
Because of the time of season it is and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
but I'm glad you were able to make it here in one piece. Nobody stuck you up. Nobody shot at you. Because apparently, according to A-Rod, the area I live in, which is Kendall, a part of Miami, it's Southwest Miami, it's the hood, according to A-Rod. And that is hilarious to me. Of course, I
don't think it's ever been the hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've only lived here for two almost 3 years now. I haven't visited Kendall a lot growing up, but I don't think, like you said, it's ever really been the hood. So I don't know.
He's so rich that he thinks Kendall's the hood.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And then because for people that don't live in Miami or live in Florida, there's a popular Instagram page called Only in Dade. And I mean, this has been posted other places outside of Only in Dade. But everyone's just been like killing A-Rod and just making a joke of it. And even A-Rod kind of laughed at it himself. The next day, I don't know if you saw, he posted a selfie of him in a hoodie, a black hoodie. And it was like straight out of Kendall or whatever. But Kendall is the furthest thing from the hood. I don't know like what other major city that everyone knows of that I can think of. But that'd be me like me calling San Diego or some shit the hood. Like Kendall is not that at all. But for Miami as a whole, it's been a busy ass week. So outside of A-Rod saying that, we also had a lady who is a part of a jury. She's in jury duty or whatever. And she's telling the judge, I can't attend this day, I can't attend this day. But I also have to leave every day because I see my sugar daddy every day. Like, do you think that's a legitimate excuse, AJ, as to why you can't go to jury duty?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think your sugar daddy would probably understand. Unless if he doesn't, then that's kind of crazy.
I'm really curious.
Maybe it's not a sugar daddy.
Exactly. But I'm also super curious to know what, one, she looks like, and two, what the sugar daddy looks like. Because just, you don't want to judge a book off its cover, but listening to the sound of her voice, she sounded like she might have been 50s or 60s or something. She did not sound young.
Right.
She did not sound young at all. So if she's the age that I think she is, this sugar daddy had to have been like 80 or 90 or something like that.
Oh, dear.
But it's just hilarious to me. Have you ever been called to do jury duty?
I haven't. I didn't have to go.
That is the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Because I've only been, what's the word that I'm looking for? Subpoena? No, is it? No, it's not.
Maybe.
Subpoena.
I don't know. Whatever. It's
yeah,
called.
Whenever they call you to
Summoned,
go to court.
right?
Yeah, summoned. That's the word that I was looking for. I've been summoned once, and just like you, they said I didn't have to go for whatever reason. But yeah, it was a great feeling. And it was like super out of the way too, because this is when I lived in Palm Beach. I had to go like to the fucking West Palm courthouse or whatever.
Yeah, because I had to go to the courthouse there before too. It's up there.
Yeah. But also in the news for Miami, now I forget her name, but we finally have our first black lady in the Supreme Court. So shout out to Kentaji Brown Jackson. So if we had a soundboard, we'd press that, give her a round of applause. But it feels good to, well, one, I'm stupid. I don't know if you know, AJ. Do we have not just black women, but do we have any black men? Anyone that was black in the Supreme Court?
I think previously, I'm not sure, but I don't even know who's on it right now. I just know it's a bunch of white guys.
Yeah, but it definitely feels good. Of course, in Miami, for those that don't know, it's pretty split between red and blue, Democrat, Republican. Anytime Only in Dade posts anything that's maybe political, like you see all the super Trumpies coming out. So as soon as she got posted, like you saw a lot of people hating and whatnot. And it's funny because from an outsider point of view, I know a lot of people don't think Miami is actually the way that it is. I don't want to generalize, but a lot of the Cubans, they are Republican. And from what I've been told, I can't remember if I said this on the pod before, like the whole wet foot, dry foot law that's in Florida, like if Cubans come on to land or whatever, I might be fucking this up, but when Cubans come on to land, like in a boat, like they're okay to stay.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, it was a Republican that kind of put that law into place, and that's why a lot of the Cubans fuck with the Republican side of politics.
Yeah, there's like a couple things. I think JFK has something to do with it too. I think he didn't. There was something that happened with him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know. I don't want to botch it, so
yeah,
I don't want to speak on it.
Of course. And again, don't want to generalize, but like I was saying, shout out to her. All the haters, y'all can go fuck yourselves. But last major story in the news. It's not like these people were both celebrities, but there was a black man who ended up getting stabbed to death.
But just my bad. But just in general, people who come from countries or like their ancestors or family members and relatives come from a certain country as a refugee. What was I trying to say? Usually they are on the political party that's the furthest away from the government they're coming from.
Yeah.
And because they're coming from a communist government, same thing with, I don't want to say the same thing because I think, I don't know if it's majority or not, but at least with Cubans, I know that's part of it too.
Yeah.
They want to be the furthest thing away from communists, which is a Republican side.
Yeah. I agree. And so I didn't really know that, but I have noticed most of the people that do come from communist countries, like you said, end up being Republican. So, because Venezuela, that's also communist. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But as I was saying, there was a young black man who ended up getting stabbed. And his name is Christian Toby Obumseli. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. But he was allegedly stabbed to death by his girlfriend, who is white. She is an OnlyFans influencer. At first, I was only seeing influencer, so I'm thinking, all right, Instagram influencer, YouTube influencer, whatever the case may be. She does OnlyFans, and it's crazy because I had seen, like, as I'm sitting here doing research, which is good for me because I always say I don't really fully research it. But she had been on like a couple of interviews prior. I mean, of course, maybe she was telling jokes, but kind of implying that she's crazy. She's a little bit crazy, doesn't want to be controlled, this and that. There were also other reports that had said that the dude that got stabbed to death, as well as the girl, they had been in altercations before, physical altercations. Like neighbors had seen them. What was that movie that we discussed on the podcast with Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, Voyeurs?
Yeah, Voyeurs. That's kind of what it like seemed like. Because even I saw a video from TMZ that showed her like sitting down handcuffed, full of blood, in sweatpants and whatnot. Like it looked like the crime had just happened. So people had definitely been watching them. It took place in Edgewater, which is kind of by FIU, close to Doral, I think.
No, wait, Edgewater? You're talking about Sweetwater. Edgewater is like... yeah,
it was Edgewater.
It's like east of... like Little Haiti and Midtown area.
Oh, okay. So that's where it was. I was off on that. But still in Miami. And I've said it several times on this pod. I hate when people shit on Florida. I hate when people shit on South Florida. But Miami, y'all making it hard for me right now. We need some more positive. So like the first black lady that got put into the Supreme Court, I need more stories of that. The Miami Heat, which we'll talk about later. I mean, that's some positive news, but we'll save that for a little bit later. People, I know y'all sick of it. You're hearing about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett every single where you go. You can't go 2 hours without hearing about one of them. But it's our duty on this podcast to always update y'all and stay current with the news. So breaking news right before AJ got here. Again, we record on Fridays. We recorded at 6 o'clock today on a Friday. It was announced that Will Smith is banned or suspended for 10 years for what had happened at the Oscars a couple of years ago. Do you think that's reasonable, or do you feel that's excessive, or maybe even not enough?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's a precedent for this punishment. Like, I don't think I've ever punished anyone else like this, so it's kind of like setting the standard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think 5 years would have sufficed, but 10 years is also like, oh, okay, we're really trying to show we don't condone this.
Yeah.
And I think anything more than 10 would have been like, all right, this kind of overkill, guys.
But so I feel like it's excessive.
Yeah.
Especially, of course, the Oscar has to set a precedent, like you just said. but it seems that Chris Rock and Will Smith kind of have squashed it.
Oh yeah.
So like if there was some animosity, if Chris Rock was pressing charges, then I still feel it's excessive, but all right, 10 years, okay, I get it. And especially you don't want these two in the same room. But if both of them have apologized and it's legitimate, and there's no animosity, I don't know why it needs to be that much. Like 10 years?
Yeah. But it's like what they're trying to say is that whatever happened between them, like that.
Yeah, it can't happen with anybody else.
That's or even like how they resolved it. It's like that doesn't affect us. We put this product out and like we're trying to bring the hammer down. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I want to see the comparisons people will make soon about other people's punishments relative to theirs.
Yeah. So when we didn't bring this up last podcast, and when this whole slap situation happened, I was seeing a lot of posts saying there were two actors, Clint Eastwood being one. I forget who the other one was, but there was a Native American woman who accepted a speech or was giving a speech or accepted an award or was giving a speech or something. And the dude whose name I can't remember, like he had made violent threats and like tried to attack her. And Clint Eastwood made some inappropriate comments. And I'm interested to know have either of them gotten any type of punishment for the actions that they had. Clint Eastwood, what he said, I don't remember. I saw the clip. It wasn't that bad. But from what I heard, the other dude, like if he tried to attack this Native, just because she was a woman and Native American, and he had no punishment, then it's like, all right.
Yeah. How long ago was that, though?
I mean, that was mad long ago.
Yeah.
So
that's
not
the only
that
thing,
not that I condone it, but I get it.
Right, for sure.
But that's the only major event that I know that has taken place at some kind of award show like this since the slap or whatever. So I don't know. I feel like it's extremely excessive, 10 years.
Yeah. So does that mean like he can't win an Oscar? Like obviously he can't go to them, but
yeah.
I feel like not every actor goes to every, like they've boycotted the Oscars before. So
I have a feeling that he's not even going to get nominated. Like they're not going to allow him to be in the nomination.
Yeah. No, he definitely won't be.
So yeah, if he's not in the nomination, then he definitely won't win. But
no, that's what I was saying. I don't know if it meant not being nominated was part of the ban, or if just like not attending was what part of the ban.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be completely shocked if he is able to get nominated, then I'll feel
like
that this isn't crazy. I won't feel as bad about the 10 years.
Yeah.
Like if he can still get nominated and get the 10 years, okay, fine.
Right.
I can live with that. I mean, either way, I'm gonna live with it regardless. But I'll just feel like it's less bad. But the other thing I had, and I can play the clip for you if I can find it quickly. But Jada today, I think it was on Instagram. I saw it on Twitter. She had posted a video of Will Smith, and it was the most awkward video I have ever seen in my life. So Will Smith's just kind of standing there. Jada, she's talking. I'm assuming they're talking about their therapist, like has whatever Joanne made life better for us. And you can see Will Smith is extremely uncomfortable, and he's just sitting there like, don't record me. Like, if you're going to record me, like, ask me. Jade is still going like, this is the foolishness that I got to deal with. And Will Smith is like, you know that social media is my bread and butter. That's how I make my living now. So if you're going to put me on social media, like, ask me. Don't use me for your social media, knowing that that's how and it's the most awkward thing. So I'm going to see if I can find it right now for you.
Okay.
But Jada, like, I don't know. Everyone hates her at this point. Not even
why
just
would she
because,
post that?
Not even because the slap situation, but just everything that's led up to this point, like with the
her
whole
milking all of it.
Exactly. So I'm gonna play the video for AJ, and so y'all can hear the audio.
So Will, you know Pharrell is coming to the table. She's gonna be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If if you could film it.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, because she don't just...
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Astaire at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell? So, Will.
So how you feel about that, AJ?
Why would she post that?
So there's two sides.
Was she just go live and that was what happened?
Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, this is the clip I've been seeing on Twitter all day. I don't know if it was a story, if it was a post, if she went live, what it was. Either way, it's awkward, but I have two sides to this because I already kind of expressed how I felt 2 seconds ago. But, of course, you know that I used to vlog. You used to be a part of the vlogs. So I'm also like, I like showing people the real, not always showing rainbows and butterflies and that everything is perfect. If you're going to allow people into your life to a certain extent, might as well let them in all the way, not just showing them the good, like I said. But I don't know, man. Like, even though I have both stances, like, this is where I kind of got to draw the line.
Yeah.
Especially with everything that's going on with Will and Jada. Like, just 2 weeks ago, we had this slap situation.
Yeah.
Where the whole world is talking about it. Will looks like a jackass because he finally stands up for you, what seems like he's never really done before because you've kind of been shitting on him and making him look less than. And now he finally stands up, and now you're kind of making him look less than again by posting this video.
Right. No, yeah, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, the first thing you were asking, or what I thought you were going with it was like, oh, with just her filming him in general.
Yeah. And
that I can understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
But she posted it. Like, if it was the filming, and I mean, we never know, and it's like, oh, this is a discussion that you have with your significant other about her, like me and you or something, if we were vlogging still. I don't, after you post it and he's clearly saying why don't post these, don't do this, what, like, how is it even good for you? Like,
exactly,
no one's gonna think you're a good person because you did this. I don't know. It's doesn't make any sense.
Before I forget, I'm gonna just bring up this tweet that I saw the other day. It said that maybe Tupac had faked his own death just to get away from Jada. Like, that shit had me fucking rolling. Because after everything I'm seeing, like, maybe that shit true. Maybe this nigga really is hiding in Cuba like everyone accuses just to get away from Jada Pinkett Smith. Because
that's funny.
Everything, and for me, it's like, all the kids are grown at this point, but I still do feel bad for the kids because you making them look crazy. Again, you making Will look crazy. Everyone involved in the situation, you making look nuts.
Yeah, it just kind of seems divisive.
Like, if we think about all the crazy shit and annoying shit that's happened between Will and Jada, it's all rooted in Jada.
And hold on, I just thought about this. We heard nothing about Jada, like, at all.
Yeah.
Until Will Smith started taking his social media serious and started getting popping.
That is very true.
Then she's like, hold on, I can probably eat off this too.
Yup.
Like, that's what it seems like. And he might have even been in on it and be like, yeah, like, you can eat off of this attention too.
Yeah.
But regardless of whether he was in on it or not, if your income went up because he started doing well with his social media, why would you affect that? Why would you hinder that in any way? I don't know.
Exactly.
Or potentially hinder it.
Like, I don't remember what the first Red Table talk was. I don't know if it had to deal with either Will or Jada, or if they just interviewed somebody. But of course, the most popular one was with August Alsina when they talk about the entanglement and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so for years we've always heard about they're swingers, they have an open relationship, this and that, but it was always alleged. Like, we never really knew, is this actually true or not? Like, Will never confirmed, Jada never confirmed. But of course, the first concrete evidence that we get is Jada fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
She's fucking August Alsina, catches feelings for August Alsina. She gets caught in the entanglement. We've heard about Will and Margot Robbie. I mean, there's
barely
been,
like
yeah. But even that is just because of pictures and movies that they've been in. That's all we really know. So Will, he's done a good job, in my opinion, of keeping everything under wraps, whereas Jada is just messy. And now it's like, let's cause a mess so that we can bring viewers to the Red Table Talk
and display this mess.
Exactly. So, and you know that they're doing a Red Table Talk with Will. I mean, you just heard it in the clip, but we all knew it prior to that clip that they're doing a Red Table Talk coming up soon, I'm assuming, to discuss this whole slap situation.
Right.
But I'm interested to see. You think that they stayed, like, I don't know how much longer this relationship has. I hope they stay together. I never wish ill will on anybody's relationship.
Ill will.
No, hey, I didn't even mean that pun. Double entendre. Don't even ask me how. But yeah, I never wish any ill will on anybody's relationship, so I hope they stay together. But if things continue on this track, I don't see this relationship lasting much longer.
Right.
But anyways.
There's still going to be those people that say that video was fake, too.
Yeah.
They planned it on purpose.
Very much so.
Will just won an Oscar. You don't think he can act?
So something that Luke had sent, and you might be able to correct me on this because I don't have the post right in front of me, but it was a prisoner who died. I'm assuming they got resuscitated, or maybe just came back to on their own. But he's arguing that because he was serving a life sentence, and he's arguing that he served technically a life sentence, and that he shouldn't have to serve anymore.
Is a new life.
Oh, what do you think? Do you think is he standing on justified grounds?
Wait, how did he die? Do you know?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if maybe, I don't know. It's a life sentence. So I don't know what I'm going to say depending on the crime.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if there's like...
Is that technically a new life?
I mean...
If you were dead, if
like, I wonder...
he was dead for 13 seconds.
Of course,
like,
there's laws, but I wonder if jail or the law defines life.
Right.
Like, what is life?
Right.
Like, once your heart stops, is that life? So now his heart restarted.
Yeah, I think a life sentence is 25 years. Is what it is. And
really?
That's why they go 2 life sentences and 3 life sentences. Or something like that.
I've always wondered that. Like, I never really knew that.
Like, why are you gonna give him 2? He's not gonna die twice. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe for this specific case.
So if it is, and you know this 100% that life sentence is 25 years?
I'm like 95%.
Okay, so let's say he already served 25 years and this happened. I mean, I think he's justified. I mean, hopefully he can get like Johnny Cochran or some live-ass lawyer to be his lawyer and argue this, because I think he's standing on pretty solid ground right now.
Wait, hold on. It says... In most of the United States, a life sentence means a person in prison for 15 years with a chance of parole.
Well, I think he's up for a chance of parole, if that's the case.
He definitely confirmed, like, yo, guys, I died.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, this is redundant. Everybody knows this. But just the thought of jail and prison terrifies me. Like, I know there's a lot of people that end up, and I don't want to make this dark and go down a dark alley, but of course there's a lot of people that end up taking their own lives in prison and jail because they know they can't withstand what's coming up for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally just saw a clip. Phil liked it, and I think that's why it ended up on my timeline. But there's a jail in, I want to say Chicago. Maybe that's why Phil liked it. Where, and maybe this is all jails, maybe it's not just this specific jail, but this is the jail they were talking about, where niggas don't even rape you. And that's most people's fear, is getting raped in jail or just getting shanked or getting killed, whatever. But in this jail specifically, they don't even rape you. If they feel like you're not that nigga that's gonna like be one of the top honchos or whatever, if they feel like you a little bitch, they will pin you down, spread your butt cheeks, and then spit in your butt cheeks, like to humiliate you and do all the bro. Like I almost feel like that's just obvious. I think I would take that because I'm not dealing with the trauma and pain of rape, but that is still just as. And from what I've heard is when anytime there's bodily fluid involved, they contact your family. So as soon as that happens, like your mom's gonna get a call, your dad's gonna get a call, and now they're worried because it's like, oh my god, my child just got raped in jail. I don't know. Like again, I wouldn't last 2 seconds. I hear some conflicting stories about people that have been in prison. Like it's not what you see on TV. Like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But like if you were to go to jail, do you think you would like gang up with a certain gang, or would you just keep to yourself? You would never be in jail. Yeah, you would never. AJ, you were the last person that would ever be in jail. But
right. So I don't know. I would probably try to keep to myself if I could.
But the thing is, bro, I think you'd be straight because you're so friendly and personable that I think everybody would fuck with you. And you would just ironically become the lead nigga in jail. Like everyone would be like, yo, AJ's that nigga. Like not even like don't fuck with AJ. Like you'd be like in any sports movie you see where it's like a kid growing up in the hood and it's like, nah, he going to the league. Don't even fuck with him. That would be you in jail, bro. And the thing is, we talked about it earlier in the pod. I'm similar to you, but the thing is, I'm not as I don't feel like I'm as personable. Like I feel like I attract people, and people end up liking me for whatever reason. But I'm not trying to create those connections like you do.
Right.
So I feel like it might come off a certain way, and people might not fuck with me or whatever, and I might end up getting killed or raped or whatever. You're also way bigger than me. Like there's that as well.
That has something to do with it, probably.
But let's say you really don't know. Like if you were to go to jail today, prison, you're sentenced 25 years, life, whatever.
Yeah. Well, am I on trial or like would I have known if I was going to jail?
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So how long was my trial? Because if that happens, I'm going straight to John Wayne. John Wayne gym, and I'm training.
You training?
I'm getting my jiu-jitsu down, all that stuff.
Yeah. Would you get some, what's it called? Contraband in there? Like not drugs or anything, but would you have something to like protect yourself? Like would you create a shank? Would you have like protection for someone trying to shank you?
Yeah, I can't even enter that mindset right now. Like, because the thing is, I've been in situations that I've thought about what I would do in them before. And maybe not even like dangerous situations, but just growing up like, I think I'm going to handle, if this happens, I think I'll handle it this way. Yeah. Or even if it's like the dumbest thing and you don't do it. So I don't know if I was in that situation, what mindset I would be in. Yeah. To be able to actually say what I would do. Yeah. Because it's fun to be like, oh yeah, I would gang up or whatever, blah blah blah. Or I'd make a shank and stuff because I don't even know if I would, you know, like.
Yeah. Did I ever tell this story on the pod when my mom tried to take me to jail?
I don't think so. No.
So I think I've told. Yeah, I think I've said it on the pod before how I used to be a bad kid. The school I went to, it was what they call a lab school. So a lot of times they'll do tests to us, like standardized testing, and just like implement things in our school to see if it works and if it's something you'd want to implement into the public schools. So all the kids I was in school with were like super goody kids, smart, brilliant students and whatnot. I was an average student. I was a class clown. I talked a lot, whatever. So I used to always get in trouble, and at that school I felt like
you talked a lot. You said,
yeah, like I feel like high school kind of changed my whole personality and mindset. So I got in trouble, I want to say in second grade, for forging my parents' signature because I got like a detention or got a bad grade where it was like, all right, you need your parents to sign this. So my parents got mad. They told me, if you ever do this again, because this is illegal, we are bringing you to jail.
Yeah.
So fast forward to it might have been 6th grade, because it was middle school. It was 6th grade for sure. I remember early in the year I got in trouble like right away. Like I got in trouble all the time in 6th grade. My parents had a parent-teacher conference, and earlier in the year it was another this for sure was a bad grade that I needed to get signed by my parents. So I didn't want my parents to see it, forged it. I have my dad's signature down pat. My mom's was a little more difficult.
Yeah, when you were in 6th grade, how good do you think you were actually at doing it? You know, when you're in 6th grade, like, yeah, I'm the best at this.
No, if you see my dad's signature, you're like, what? It kind of looks like the heartbeat on the heartbeat monitor. That's what it kind of looks like. Like my dad's signature does not look like his name at all. I need to ask him one day, like, why did you come up with this? So I end up forging the signature on the test. Parents have a parent-teacher conference, and then they find out that I had forged the signature. So that night, my mom is driving. Like I already knew I was in trouble. They yelled at me for everything else that was discussed during the parent-teacher conference. My mom makes me get in the car with her. She's driving me to Boynton Beach, and I'm like, I have a feeling I know where we're going. So she's like, I'm taking you to jail because I told you if you ever do this again, I'm taking you to jail. But in my mind, like I've always been like way smarter than what I should have been. Yeah. So I'm like, this lady, she's not taking me to jail. I'm her fucking oldest. I'm her firstborn. I'm her son. Yeah. She's not taking me to jail. So I was like, let me put in the alligator tears. Like I didn't even cry because at that time I still like y'all know I can't cry. So I was the same way then. So I like pretend to be sad, remorseful, all this stuff. Like she even had me pack a toothbrush. And so like I apologized and everything. I was like, it'll never happen again. And then she drove me back home. But it was like my mom is so weird, bro. I love her, but she is a very special individual. But yeah, that's my story about jail. But we can move on. Oh, and then just like I said, high school, once I realized what actual bad kids was, because at my school, I never saw a true fight. High school, like first week I saw fights. I saw kids smoking weed. I'm like, all right, let me tighten up. Like, this is what real bad kids are. I'm not about that life.
Right.
So next we got streaming and movies. Is there anything that you've been watching throughout the week?
Bro, I don't think so. I've just been watching more basketball lately, just because it's starting to matter a lot.
Yeah.
What about you? I think you were telling me a couple things.
Yeah, only thing really I've been watching this week, I'm finally caught up on all the shows that's a lie. The Lakers show that I've been telling you about Magic Johnson, I'm kind of behind on that. So hopefully I can catch up this weekend. The only thing I've really watched, Jarrod Carmichael, he put out a stand-up special on HBO Max. It's actually pretty good. It's a little different. He's in like a small, intimate setting. It's not like a big arena where you see most specials.
Yeah.
And he actually comes out as gay on the special.
Oh, okay.
And before he comes out, like it's pretty serious. He's talking about secrets and lies, how his dad cheated on his mom, how his grandfather cheated on his grandmother, how his wife's father had, like, the whole family is rooted in cheating. And then he was like, yeah, I have a secret, I'm gay. But all the jokes after that, when he comes out as gay, like, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But then towards the end, it gets a little more serious again, and it's kind of more interactive with the crowd. Like, the crowd's asking him a lot of questions, and he's answering.
Right.
The fact that he said he came out to his dad, he's came out to his family and whatnot, and the only person that, like, he hasn't truly gotten that acceptance from, that he wants it from, is his mom. So it's a lot of questions about, like, do you feel like you need your mom's acceptance, so on and so forth. So it's pretty good. I liked it. Like, I'm not gonna say it's like the best special ever or anything like that, but it is a fun watch.
But okay, yeah, we'll check it out then.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only thing I've been watching. Music wise, is there any? Well, I know you haven't been listening to anything, right?
Well, I mean, the new Pusha T song that came out, I listened to that.
So I didn't even get a chance to listen to it. I haven't seen it on Apple Music or anything. Is that the song with Jay-Z?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I heard that it's good, but I'm definitely gonna check
I think Pharrell helped on production or something because he's credited on it. So
yeah. 2 weeks ago, we didn't even talk about it. Not that we need to spend much time on it, but Pusha T, his diss to McDonald's, that shit is hilarious.
Wait,
to me.
what? I didn't get that one.
Really? I
Nah.
I thought I sent it to you. I'm pretty sure I sent it to y'all. Maybe I
may have
didn't
just
see it.
missed it.
So I don't know if you know, apparently, allegedly, Pusha T is the one that came up with that jingle.
Oh,
Did you
no,
know
I
that?
didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if he solely came up with it or if he was a part of it, but it's documented, and he said himself that he helped come up with the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. So, I don't know how long would you say that's been a jingle?
Yeah, I don't know when it wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they got rid of Ronald McDonald and transitioned just ba-da-ba-ba in there.
Yeah. So, fast forward to 2022, and of course, everyone shits on Arby's. Of course, there's people that say that it's not actually as bad as what people make it seem. But Pusha T came out with a diss song for Arby's towards McDonald's.
Oh, really?
About the fish sandwich, yeah.
Oh, okay. And,
Bro, like, if I just told you that with zero context, hey, AJ, Pusha T came out with a diss song for Arby's for McDonald's, you'd be like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
But, like, going into it, you'd be like, all right, this shit's probably corny.
Yeah,
bro,
but
this
it's
shit is fire. Like, I don't want to keep playing clips for the pod. Like, you can listen to it on your own, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard it at this point. But this shit is legitimately fire. Like, I've had it on repeat to where it's like an actual song. And again, he even references like how he came up with the jingle. I think the line is literally the first line, like, I made the whole world love it, or some shit like that about McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's fucking dope, bro.
I'm gonna have to check it out for real.
But yeah, Pusha T is that nigga. I need him to drop that album ASAP. But
I might have to go to Arby's.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm not even lying. And this is how you know marketing. Hold on, I'm gonna put Kobe away. Kobe, come on. All right, then chill out. Kobe acting like he don't want to go up. But this is how you know marketing is like a legitimate thing, because I've always shat on Arby's and never have craved it in my life.
Yeah.
But the day I heard that diss, I'm like, you know what? People have told me Arby's got good mozzarella sticks. Let me go check out Arby's.
You're funny,
bro. But nah, today new music that dropped. Fivio Foreign, his album I was really looking forward to. Of course, Fivio's been putting out a lot of features. He was on Kanye's Donda album. He was on another song with Kanye. It's actually on the album.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called. I was about to say New York State of Mind, but that's definitely not it. But Alicia Keys is on it. Kanye is on it. Super dope song. The album overall, I got to give it a couple more listens. I'm not going to say like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's not really what I was expecting, because Fivio, he's like a drill rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Pop Smoke influence. I got to give it more listens. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love it yet. I also don't know if I dislike it, but from what I've heard, I've liked it.
All right, maybe I'll check it out then.
What's his name? Don Logan, a.k.a. Shit, why am I blanking on his name right now? He always goes Gunplay.
Oh, Gunplay.
You know I fuck with Gunplay.
Yeah.
He dropped today.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he dropped.
I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, he dropped today. So far, the songs I heard, I'm like, like I like it less than the Fivio Foreign, but you know, I'm a cheer for everybody from South Florida, everyone from Miami. I got to give it a couple more listens, but yeah, like I said, Gunplay, he dropped today. Got Rick Ross on it. I could actually read you maybe some of the other features that might be on the album, but Rick Ross is definitely the biggest artist on a lot of these other artists I've never even heard of before. I'm looking through it right now.
Probably might be more like Miami people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's what it is. 13 songs on the album. But a tweet that I saw, and before we started the pod, I asked you, like, are you an avid concert listener or goer to? I know you've been to some, but the tweet was, and if you have answers for it, great. We can go back and forth. If not, that's also fine. But I'll just read them out real quick, and then we can go through them. But first concert, last concert, best concert, worst concert, loudest concert. I'm assuming the artist you've seen the most surprising concert, next concert you plan on going to, and the concert you wish you could have seen. So do you recall your first concert?
Yeah, it was graduation.
Ooh, that's a fire. I didn't see that, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's probably a fire.
But yeah, I
first
barely remember it though.
Cause you might have been in like middle school when that came out.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go with like your family and whatnot?
Yeah.
That's fire. Bro, I actually think my first concert was Madonna. I went with
Oh,
Justin and his mom. Like his mom.
Loki, I might have been at a concert before that and just not known.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Madonna, like, it was actually, like, as a kid, I mean, I didn't know any better, but I remember I did enjoy the concert for what it was.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest concert person. I've been to some, but it's like, and it's funny because I thought this way when I was going to graduation. Even though that was like the first Kanye album I owned, I didn't really understand going to concerts. And Julian really wanted to go to the concert, so we all went.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's not going to sound the same as it does when you're listening to it on headphones. It's going to sound, it might not even sound as good. It's going to be loud. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
There's going to be a lot of people in there, you know? That's what my thoughts were.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed going to some concerts. What was the...
Do you remember the last concert you went to?
The last concert I went to, I guess the Kanye listening party I went, so that kind of counts, right?
Oh yeah, that definitely counts. I think Phil might have said he doesn't count it as a concert. No, I don't think that's the case, but I would count that. The one in Miami, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Donda 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely count that as a concert. My last concert, I think, was 21 Savage, and that's because he was at UM, and I had free tickets. So I was like, let me go check this out. And I was pissed because I went with a couple of coworkers who were actually younger than me, but I was turned the fuck up. Like, I wasn't Zoberzak or anything. But I was just in that bitch turning up.
Yeah.
And they was just sitting there like, this shit is lame as shit.
That's funny.
It was what it was.
I keep yawning. The last one I would have went to would have been the Snow concert on Wednesday.
Yes, but she got sick. I felt so bad.
Yeah, she canceled.
What were you in May?
Yeah.
That you couldn't go?
No, yeah, I would have. Yeah, she was super sad about it.
Did the ticket company like give a full refund, or
I'm pretty
Snow
sure they give it.
on?
It's a refund.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. The next question is best concert that you've been to. Don't let me down, AJ.
It's the same one as yours.
The Life of Pablo, St. Pablo.
Yeah.
Yes, by far the best concert. Hold up, I'm putting Kobe up for sure now. All right, sorry about that, y'all. So next. Well, we agreed that Life of Pablo, correct? St. Pablo was the best?
Yep, I think so.
Do you know the worst concert you've ever been to?
The worst one? I don't know. I don't know if there's been like a worst.
Yeah. I think, even though I just talked about it, I think the 21 Savage might have to be my answer.
For a worst one?
Only...
It might have been like one that, you know, they have those that they throw at FAU sometimes?
Yeah.
I probably one of those.
Bro, and it's mind-blowing. I tell the UM students all the time, like, we had way better concerts at FAU that they have at UM. Like, UM
really?
obviously has more money probably. I mean, it is a private school, so they're not getting that state funding like UM is, but or that FAU is. But I think 21 Savage only because I don't know as many of his songs, and I don't listen to 21 Savage like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I got to go with him.
Yeah.
Next is, I mean, I'll skip that one. That one's kind of corny. The Loudest concert. Do you know the artist?
No, Loudest. I was the one I just went to. The one Kanye one I just
went to.
It was really loud.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually surprising. I feel like it would have been a little more quiet because he's performing songs that people aren't gonna know.
Right.
So was it loud, like, as in the crowd was loud, or the music?
Oh, the music was really loud.
Oh, okay, got you. I don't even have an answer for that. Maybe, I guess, St. Pablo, but that was just because it was so turned in like the general admission mosh pit type area.
Right.
But it was a good loud. Like, I enjoyed that. I wasn't turned off by the loudness.
Yeah. I think like it's not a concert, but maybe like club shows. When people do club
Oh
shows.
yeah. Facts.
And it's just clubs in general. The music will be so loud. Like your ears are ringing when you come out sometimes, especially
Yeah.
down here.
Do you have the artist that you've seen the most? Is it Kanye for you?
Nah. Technically, it'd be Kendrick.
Really?
Because at one time we saw him like 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
It was all the same tour though. Because we had him at FAU. Then we went and saw him. Then I saw him twice, and Phil saw him 3 times. But yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone more than once.
Well, I guess I saw
Kanye
you saw
twice.
Kanye 3 times because you saw him at the listening party, you saw him at St. Pablo, and you saw
Oh
him at
yeah,
graduation.
sure. Okay, then it's Kanye. Yeah.
For me, it is Kendrick. Like you just
Yeah.
said, I did see him 3 times in that year, so definitely Kendrick for me.
Well, then I guess it would be. I mean, it'd be tied then between those two.
Oh, okay.
I guess we did see him. Oh yeah, because I saw him at the
Sunfest. Yeah.
Sunfest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think y'all saw him 3 times at a concert. I didn't see him 3 times at a concert. I met him at the radio station once. I saw him at FAU, and then I saw him at Sunfest. I think y'all maybe saw him at another concert.
Yeah, we saw him at Pusha. The one Pusha T was there too.
Got you.
It was in Boca actually.
Yeah.
All the way out west, and it was around. It was like Black Friday. That's what it was.
Yeah. Do you have a concert that's the most surprising?
No, I don't have a surprising one.
So I think I might have 2. So Zaid.
Oh, well, actually, there's these. You ever heard of So Far Sounds?
Nah.
They're like small, intimate, local concerts.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be like 50, not more. Sometimes like 50. There was one that was like 50, but it'll be like 2 or 3 acts. Sometimes it'll be like spoken word people or like poetry. Sometimes it'll be a singer. Sometimes it'll be like a band. Those are surprising to me.
Okay.
As to how much I liked them, how good they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I've talked about it a couple of times on here. My sister used to be obsessed with Chris Brown, so we went to a Chris Brown concert. She got it for Christmas, the tickets.
Yeah.
But that concert was actually super lit because it was like Chris Brown was there, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Jeezy, like everybody was there, bro. That shit was fucking lit.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
And then my other one, I don't know if you really used to watch BET, but BET Spring Bling, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And so my friend Kendra, she used to be obsessed with Plies. I think even to this day, she might still be obsessed with Plies. And she had us go to Spring Bling to watch Plies. And that shit, I don't remember who all was there. Obviously, Plies was there, but it was a bunch of other rappers.
Yeah.
And that shit was lit as well. We got a couple more. So next concert, is there anybody? Well, we can kind of roll this into one. Is there anybody that you wish you could see, or maybe it'd be your next concert?
Oh wow, there's a bunch. Like Frank for sure.
Yeah.
Snow.
Yeah.
I said there's a bunch that I came up with too, but Sampha.
Okay.
Some people that can like who else is it? Frank. Someone else. Just people that can really sing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like those are probably more my vibe, and I think I like hearing people who can really sing in person.
And I feel like I've never really been to like a true R&B concert. So I've been to
Right.
Ariana Grande, which
Rihanna. If Rihanna were to have one.
yeah, that would actually be lit. But Ariana, I'd say is more pop. So of course Tatiana, she's obsessed with her, so we went to that. And then again, the Chris Brown concert. I mean, Chris Brown's like an R&B singer, but he's more pop-ish, and there were a lot of hip-hop acts, like I said. So I've never really been to like a true R&B concert. Snow, I really wanted to go to, and it was right after my birthday. I was hoping I'd get tickets for it, but of course with the wedding, that couldn't happen. Lil Wayne, him and Kanye, 1A, 1B. My favorite artist. I've never seen Wayne. That's like the only artist that I really like. I've seen Sean, seen Kendrick, seen Ye. Wayne's the only one I haven't seen, and I want to see Wayne before it's too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, Snow, Wayne, Rihanna, I'd agree on that. But those are probably like the top ones. Drake, I'd like to see. I mean, I'm not. Oh my God, I need to get Drake tickets, but I'd like to see
Kid
Drake.
Cudi in concert too.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'd pull a Lukie. I'd want to see Bad Bunny in Miami. Like if I lived anywhere
He
else,
just had great shows.
I know. If I lived anywhere else, like if I was back in Ohio, I wouldn't want to see that.
Hell no.
But I would just want to see the energy that Bad Bunny brings to all the Miami girls and guys. So that'd be fucking lit. But moving on, so we're off of music. We can move on to sports. So we talked briefly about the Miami Heat. They have clinched the number 1 spot in the East, correct?
Yes, sir.
How you feeling about that?
Feeling good. Just like now, you just sit and wait and see who you play.
Yeah. Y'all don't have any injuries, right?
No, I mean, some people who had some nagging injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But like a foot here and there, and just kind of stuff they got to maintain.
How has Oladipo looked since being back?
In his first few games, he looked good, but then like the team chemistry was off. But he's played in a couple of the last few games where he's just needed to, or we throw him in there and he's done well. So that's promising to see. But I think just need more time because we were missing him, Markieff Morris, who are really good players and would have been players who dominated like the lineup in minutes, but they just have been hurt for a long time, so they haven't been able to get their reps in or just be as fluid in the game because they've been playing. So
remind me, playing game is
7 and 8 play, and then 9 and 10 play each other. Winner of 7 and 8 gets the 7th seed, and the loser of 7 and 8 plays the winner of 9 and 10 for the 8th seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could potentially be playing, Jesus Christ, the Nets, the Hawks, and the Hornets.
Right, those last 4.
Wow.
And the Cavs. The Cavs are 7.
Yeah. I guess the Cavs
will play the Nets. If the Nets win, we don't play them. If they lose, or if the Nets lose to the Cavs get 7. Nets have to play winner of Hawks and Hornets.
Yeah.
And then winner of Hawks and Hornets will play us.
And Heat and Hawks play tonight.
Winner of Hawks and Hornets versus Nets. If Nets lose, will play us.
Yeah. So I know Hawks play tonight. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I only know this because my boss, this man talks so much, bro. He has been talking literally for months about how he's going to this game and like won't shut up about it.
About going to the Hawks game?
Yes, because he's not from Atlanta. No, he doesn't even watch basketball, period. Like he'll watch sports here and there. But he worked at Georgia State for years, which is in Atlanta. So he ended up getting tickets, and he has talked about this nonstop. It's his first ever NBA game, I think.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So now knowing, because I didn't realize the Hawks were potentially in the playing game, are the Heat, you think they're going to play their whole starting lineup? Because I was like, oh, they might not play. I told him, I was like, they might not play their starting lineup since they clinched number 1.
Yeah. I don't know. Because, I think that we're not playing for anything today.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow. Or Sunday. But I feel like if we beat the Hawks, like if the Hawks beat us, they might jump into that. Are you looking at the seedings?
Yeah.
They might be able to pass the Nets in seeding.
Yeah. So it looks like they might be. Well, if y'all beat the Hawks, the Heat. I'm sorry, the Nets and the Hawks currently are tied.
So if they win and the Nets lose, then they move up.
Yes.
But if we beat the Hawks, they move up, and then we have. I don't know if we have a better chance. Oh yeah, we have a better chance of playing the Nets.
Yeah.
Because they'd be in the second game if they beat the Hawks the Hornets. Yeah. Then they would play for the spot to play us.
Yeah.
So if we beat them, we have a better chance of not playing the Nets in the first round, which is what I would prefer. Obviously, Nets are probably the second or the best team in that pool of the play-in.
Exactly.
And I'd rather not play the best team in the pool.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, they've had their struggles throughout the season, but I think at any point in the playoffs, nobody wants to play the Nets.
Right.
I mean, you'd be more willing to play the Cavs, the Hawks, the Hornets, and whatnot, but at any point, I would, even as if I was a team like in the West seeing him in the championship, I would not want to do that. Have the Heat lost a game since Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra had that little blow up?
I'm not sure. I feel like we might have, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's funny because when the Heat were struggling a couple of weeks ago.
I think we lost to the Nets.
Oh, okay.
Or was that the day that blow up happened?
I can't even remember who it happened against. But I seen a nigga, he was like, "Don't worry, y'all, I got it." And he had sage in his hands, like implying that he was going to stage the whole area.
That, yeah.
And
at the arena?
Yeah, just today I seen a follow-up tweet like, this man changed everything. Because the Heat have been hooping since. Yeah. But my Lakers, we're out of playoff contention. We've been eliminated. I'm interested to see what moves are made. Frank Vogel, his job is probably done. Russ, he's probably out. I mean, I hope LeBron is gone, but I know for a fact that is not going to happen. So
you hope LeBron is gone?
Yes, I want.
You're the only Laker fan that hopes LeBron is gone.
So actually, no. Now that because I don't think we made the playoffs last year. I can't even remember, honestly. I don't think we did.
Last year?
Yeah. I don't think we did.
No, you did.
Oh, we did?
Because you guys lost to the Suns.
Oh, yes, we lost. That's what it was. But now that we lost to the Suns last year, didn't make the playoffs this year, I'm seeing a lot of Lakers fans starting to get on the Zach bandwagon of, I don't want LeBron here. So I don't know. We shall see. Another sports story I had, not to abruptly switch off of NBA, but Grambling State University, which is an HBCU, they have a new women's volleyball head coach, and apparently she cut the entire team because the performance has been poor and is bringing in a whole new group of girls.
What?
Could you imagine, bruh, if you were on scholarship, which you've been a scholarship athlete before, if...
the coach changed?
Yeah.
And then she cut everyone?
So I think I read into it a little bit. I don't know. I think the coach either got at Grambling State right before the season that just happened or midway through the season, but she assessed the performance of the team. Girls didn't live up to the standard and told everyone, you are all being cut because your performance has been terrible, and is bringing in, allegedly she's bringing in good girls. Yeah. So, I mean, good for her on that part. But just imagine if when you played, and there was a new coach and it was like, y'all niggas suck. I'm bringing in
everybody,
a whole new 15 or 12, whatever it is for college.
I mean, like, that happens. That kind of happens. Maybe not 15, maybe not the entire team. Yeah. But when new coaches come in, they want to bring in their guys. Yeah. They're like, okay, I can believe I could win with my guys, not the ones that were here losing already. If that's the reason why they're coming there.
So if you're a scholarship athlete and you get cut, I'm assuming the scholarship is voided.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. And I think it also depends on how much time you have left to.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they can take your scholarship away, and then because I mean, a lot of times when new coaches come to a team, the players are already like, all right, my coach is in there. Either if that coach gets picked up somewhere else, they're looking and like, okay, I'm gonna go play for him there.
Oh yeah, with a transfer portal now, bro.
It's even easier. Or they're already thinking, all right, let me go hit up my contacts and see what's there, because it's not promised to me. It's not the coach who recruited me or who like was the one that promised that they would have me here for 4 years and so on. Yeah. So as soon as coaching changes happens, everyone involved is like looking at their options, or just at least weighing them if they're smart. Yeah.
But I definitely feel partially bad for the girls that all got cut. I mean, you definitely, if you're a college athlete, you got to play to the best of your ability and continue to try. You can never feel like your spot is guaranteed. I don't know what their record was the previous season. With the transfer portal, as we just mentioned, it is easier to find a spot at a new school. Grambling, I'm not imagining that they're getting the greatest volleyball players, so I don't know how easy it'll be for the girls that just got cut to find spots elsewhere. Right. But, I mean, hey, coach, shout out to you for not putting up with less than. You have a standard, and the standard has not been met, so, hey, shout out to you. So, like I said, I do feel bad for the girls, though, but it is what it is. The coach does have a job that she needs to hold on to, but I think that's all I got. Yep. Is there anything else you got, AJ, before we leave the pod?
I think that was it.
It's been a very quiet pod. No yelling. No, AJ
Your
didn't
ears
have
won't
to.
hurt.
AJ didn't have to adjust the volume. If you're listening in your car, well, one, before I even get to what I was gonna say, we apologize for Luke last week.
Oh my
because
god.
this nigga was loud as shit. Like even me listening in the car, there were a couple of times where it was like, all right, I gotta turn it up when Zach speaks. I gotta turn it down when Luke is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
This week you probably had to deal with none of that. If you did, it was probably because of Kobe howling and whatnot. But nah, that's all I got. AJ, it's been a pleasure, just you and me holding it down.
Yes, sir.
We're actually like the OGs of this entire friendship, because it was you and me.
Yeah.
Then who was at it next, Phil, or was it Luke?
I think Phil technically, and then Luke.
And then Luke,
slowly.
and then Brandon. Yeah. So you and I, we're the OGs of this entire friendship. So,
Yes, sir.
Brandon, Phil, Luke, you have us to thank. We love y'all boys, and we love all the listeners. It's been another episode of Save It for the Pod. AJ, you want to hit the drop? Peace.
Peace.